To the flooding and the tornado damage across the region that we found tonight. The heavy rain for an extended period of time turned roads into rivers on major areas and on neighborhood streets as well, and this forced police and firefighters to jump into action. Jay Korf live in Huntington tonight to continue our storm watch coverage. Jay.
Fortunately, the water is receding pretty quickly here in this community, but you can tell from this car, check this out, there's mud in the grill, and here's the water debris line on this Nissan sports car, and unfortunately the owner, this is about 1.5 to 2 feet, unfortunately the owner didn't get back from work in time to get it here out of the neighborhood. Not sure what kind of damage at this point. Look, whenever it rains hard for several hours, this community collectively holds its breath.
Fire department!
As rain poured from the sky, Fairfax County firefighters went door to door in the flood-prone Huntington community Monday night.
Fire department! So if you have a vehicle here, you're going to need to move it out.
They called on residents to move their cars to higher ground as water from Cameron Run pushed closer and closer to their homes.
I'm seeing the flooded Arlington Terrace again.
Carlette Breedlove, like so many out here, weary of rising water, is once again concerned that a hard downpour could ruin all that she's worked for.
I think it's horrible. I don't know what's going to happen, but the fire department just said that it might not come into the house, but it will flood out here in the streets.
In fact, countless roads in the D.C. region, including busy GW Parkway just north of Old Town Alexandria, were closed for a time on this night after copious amounts of rain fell. And you can see here on this driveway where Cameron Run pushed all this mud and debris up onto this driveway. It still is kind of a muddy, sticky, gooey mess out here. The great news, no reports of any flooding in homes. Live in Huntington, Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.
That is good news, Jay. Thank you. So in addition to those problems in neighborhoods, the flooding caused big problems on major roads. Late tonight, police shut down Route 110 in both directions. This is near the Memorial Bridge. Roz Plater live at the scene with the dramatic video, and more tonight from stranded drivers. Roz?
Well, Allison, we had all of that rain out here and debris coming down into the storm drain, so it was one big old mess out here, so much so that, in fact, police had to shut down part of 110 from back by the Pentagon parking lot all the way to North Marshall Drive. Now, at one point, we were told there was about 2 feet of water on the roadway. Most of it was under that overpass that leads to Memorial Bridge. Now, we're told some 4 cars were stranded. One woman was trapped in the car with her 2-year-old son. Here's how she described what happened.
We were driving fine, and then halfway through, it just all this water rushed through. Because it was really shallow on this side where we were driving, and then a lot of water rushed through, and the car just cut off on us. And it didn't make it easier with other cars pushing water on us, so the car kind of flooded on the inside also. In the back seat, it filled up almost to the top of the seat.
It came inside?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it. Describe it again.
Well, we were just stuck there. As the cars pushed us, water got in more into the car. Yeah, water.
Well, it was all pretty frightening. Once they were able to push or tow those cars out of the way, they reopened the roadway here about half an hour or so ago. I'm told this is one of the spots that it sometimes does flood, and they'll find standing water on the roadway, but it certainly caught the drivers off guard here tonight. We're live in Arlington. I'm Roz Plater, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you now, Roz. Across the river now to the situation in Maryland tonight as the severe weather caused some significant damage in several Maryland towns. One of the areas hardest hit was in Woodbine. That's in western Howard County. Tom Brown is first on the scene there, and he's live with us with the latest on the situation there. Tom.
Well, this community here in Howard County, Leon, really had a time of it tonight. This tornado picked up stuff like this lawn chair right here, threw it all over the place. It threw this about a football field in length. But check out behind me. Look at that debris field from the tornado. And if you go a little further out, you'll see where that tornado hit. It hit exactly in that spot in the distance there. That used to be a 2-car garage. It's not anymore, and we talked to the owner tonight.
It actually picked up car transmissions that weigh 150 pounds are out in this field. That's how violent it was.
Dennis Davison says he didn't even have time to get to the basement when the tornado hit.
And we could clearly see the shingles and stuff up in the sky twirling around, the circular pattern. And then it just left as quick as it came. As soon as the storm cleared, I opened the house garage door, That's when I noticed there's no garage anymore out here.
It destroyed his two-car garage, but had the tornado taken a path just a few feet differently, it would have done much worse.
It would have taken the house. Yeah, it's a miracle that it didn't. Like I say, it just very distinct, very narrow path right through here.
The tornado also knocked down this giant tree across Woodbine Road just north of the Montgomery County line. And the storm caused big flooding issues along the Patuxent River watershed. Long Corner Road is one of many places that flooded. Most people refused to cross the water in their vehicles, but one man in a big truck made it. Now, Dennis, the homeowner who you heard from in the story there, said he also used to have a shed that was right here. Apparently, it was found about a half-mile away from here. As best they can tell, the tornado lifted it up in the air, sent it over some very large trees, and dumped it somewhere in the distance that way. So this was a fairly powerful tornado. We don't know how powerful yet, but fortunately, Howard County Fire telling me no person was hurt, just a lot of damage and debris in this area here tonight. We are live in Woodbine, Maryland in Howard County. I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.